Alright, fuckers and fuckettes. Now, you've already seen me do a video on putting the Kehin VB carbs back together. And you've seen me make notes about if these slides are scored in any way, don't reuse them. However, if they're not scored, they're still going to have a little bit of dirt in the factory hone marks and shit, and you want to take out as little material as possible. And to that end, see, like in there, that's actual dirt. That's not varnish from old gas. That's actual dirt that managed to make it through the air filter over the years and get in them little grooves. You want to make sure you get all this shit cleaned out. If you have to use anything, use your white stick. I'm going to use my white stick because the last one I was using was Tripoli, which is my brown stick. The white is just really ultra fine polishing compound. Don't use the rouge. The red fucks with this aluminum. But little pits like that right there, I'm not going to take those all the way out because I don't want to. I want to remove as little material as possible because these carbs are vacuum dependent. But at the same time, I don't want any chance for anything to get caught in there and have one hanging up just a little bit more than the other because a piece of dirt shook out of one of them ruts and got in there and created a little friction. Oh man. Hold on, helps if I plug it in, right? Just enough to knock the Tripoli off is all I'm after. I'd really rather use straight cloth, but I don't have a fresh pad out. I still got a little bit more to do there. That'll go up and down in that groove a lot better. You want to get these as smooth as possible. I'm not going to sit here with the camera on the whole time because it's going to take me about probably an hour to do all 4 of these. that little upper area, you can't never get in there on a big wheel. You can get in there with a Dremel. I'm not going to do that for this guy, but I've at least got him to where the parts you got to worry about, what slides up and down and actually touches. Seeing these old VBs, they actually touch metal to metal in there. And I'm going to clean these out with just a buffing wheel, little 2-inch wheel that I've got, and I've just got it on a screwdriver handle. That's how I clean these out. I don't know how else to explain that. Those I don't polish up unless it's one of my own race bikes, or if somebody's willing to pay me the big bucks, because if I polish and match a set of these to a set of bodies, generally I'll go through probably 5 sets of these slides before I find some that are enough oversized I can match them to a set of bodies, because you got to count for the amount of material that you have to take off. And even though they claim these bodies are really close, they are really close, but they're always just a cunt hair difference. So I don't like matching slides to bodies unless it's one of my own bikes or somebody's really got a lot of money. And now these are the other type of VB carb. I'll do a video on these later, I hope. I've got people coming by the shop today, so I don't know what I'll actually get done. But these are the other style of VBs. These are the ones with the non-removable idle jet. And I'm going to have to do something about them outsides for them, because even though this shit's been soaking almost a week, they still look like hell. I got a brush I can take to them real quick. Insides are looking good though. Actually, I'll just get the slides out and put the rest up in front of that speaker and play some of my daughter's damn music. Shaking it up, it should get them clean for me. Now these tops, preparation on these, I'll generally take a Dremel and go in there. And there's no real reason. I'm just after the brass, I'm not after the aluminum. No real reason other than some people say it helps the spring if it can move better all the way. And I half-ass believe it, so if it's one of mine, that's a step that I'll take. If it's somebody else's, yeah, they ain't got to have much money. But they at least got to be doing a cool bike. And that, by the way, folks, is how I pick what I want to work on. I mean, for the most part, yeah, whatever I'm selling is just whatever I pulled out of my storage so that I can make it run. I love doing the drivetrains, I love doing the engines. Not so fond of the pretty up work. I like doing a little bit of airbrush work, but yeah, I'm not really the fondest of the pretty up work. One slide in here that I definitely, just out of hat, I would replace, and that is this one. That automatically gets replaced. I've got a set of CB650 carbs over there that happen to be the same ones. And the slides measure out the same, so Or it's just because they came off a CB650. Bear in mind it was one of my bikes, so it might not have been what was intended to be on there, because I do fuck with shit. But anyway, that's my notes on preparing your slides and for your Kehin VB carbs. Get them clean, get them shiny, because this is going to slide up and down in that metal against metal environment a lot better than this is. We'll holler at y'all fuckers and fuckheads later.